Welcome to Örvallen in sunny Sundbyberg for the Under-19 Championships here in Stockholm. I'm Alejandro Ansoliaga. Joining me is Hutch Wiltshire.
Yes, good day to everybody. Good to be here. Watch some baseball.
Very exciting. We have the number 2 Sundbyberg Heat facing the number 5 Leksand Lumberjacks in what will be a very competitive outing. The future is very bright for baseball in Sweden. A lot of these players play on both the junior and elite leagues. Starting lineup for the Leksand Lumberjacks, playing shortstop is Linus Wetmark. At third base is Ellis Bergstrom. Playing shortstop is Emo Stevernegal. Behind the plate is Thomas Ekwall. At first base, Bjorner Lindbaum. Second baseman is William Lindberg. Pitching is Oliver Markstrom. Right field is Jacob Nordling, and in left is Leo Glad. For the Sundbyberg Heat, we've got Max Sotherington leading off and playing third base. Victor Wahlberg is batting second and playing shortstop. Luvage Helnor is playing center field, batting third. Batting fourth is the first baseman, William Shortegren. Pitching is Jeremiah Kettle. Batting sixth is Dante Briones in left field. Behind the plate is Osuto Kabara. At second base, batting eighth is Sebastian Briones. And batting ninth and playing right field is Harry Lindgren.
Yep, and we got Jeremiah Carroll on the mound, and a lot of us who follow the Elite Series recognize him. He pitches with Sundbyberg a bit in the top league and has good stuff, good velocity. So we'll see how it goes for him here today.
Very talented young man, plays all over the field, and it'll be exciting to see if he can get ahead today and set the tone here for Sundbyberg. Beautiful day. Been on a week of heavy rain, but we're out here.
Be interesting to see how wet the outfield is still.
Could be a factor for those balls that reach the gap and when it comes down to the relays.
Yep. A few more warm-up pitches for Jeremiah Carroll, and we'll be getting underway here. Got a nice little turnout here. See people on the sides, and so
very nice,
fun. Yeah.
But you've been involved with Sundbyberg baseball for a long time. How does this junior 19 team match up with some of the teams you've seen in the past?
Well, to be honest with you, I've been around Sundbyberg since 2005, but haven't not recently have I been following the junior SM, but Sundbyberg has always had good young talent that's been playing with the top team. So, and I want to say they've been having some success as well in these
I agree
championships. So, yeah.
All right, we're about ready to get underway. The ball's coming down, and coming up to the plate is the center fielder, Linus Wetmark, number 25. Left-handed batter. Digging in. We've got the okay to play ball.
Yep. Right, here we go. Now, Linus during the SM season, or during the junior season, has been batting .381, so been hitting pretty well.
Ball inside, gets away. 1-0 on the count.
One of the big things for Carroll has always been able to locate that fastball early, so see if he can find a rhythm here and get that going.
Fly ball to center field. It's back and over the center fielder's head. Grounding second. The relay is up, and it's a stand-up double.
Fastball inside. He turned on it. And as you can see already, the outfield is pretty wet. That ball didn't roll anywhere, so.
Just stuck in there in the mud like a gopher, Hutch. And a good start for Leksand. leadoff guy on second base is about as good a situation you can have to start the game, and we'll see if they'll be able to move the guy over and generate a run. At the plate right now is number 17, Ellis Bergstrom, playing third base. Digging in. Jeremiah looks in.
During the season, Ellis is batting .273 with 3 triples.
Sounds like he can get around the bases. First to bunt, and it's behind him. Ball reaches the ball's to the backstop, and the runner has advanced to third base. 1-0 count on Bergstrom. We'll see if Carroll can settle down and get back into this. Infield seems to be coming in. Middle infield is halfway. Could be a play at the plate situation. All outside, 2-0. Well, just like you said, Hutch, the ability to locate the fastball and get ahead is a challenge at all levels of baseball, and Earl's trying to find that right now. Ball in the dirt, 3-0.
Well, usually the first inning can be tough for these young guys, coming out. You got to find your way.
Yeah, and it's the it's the under 19 championships. Yeah. Nerves are a part of it. We know that, so I expect him to settle down and find the mitt here.
Yeah, long game here.
Yeah. There it is. 3-1 count.
Like he took a little bit off of that there to get it over the plate.
That's what it looked like to me too. I agree. One on the batter. All up, and he's on. Setting up a first and third situation for the shortstop, Elmo Stöd. Now, I realize I could be butchering many of these names, Hutch, but then again, I don't speak Swedish and barely speak English. It turns out this guy is American, so listen, we're doing what we can here, live. Runner at first takes off. He's got a moderate lead. You'd expect some action on first and third, and the runner goes. Foul ball. Carroll's finally able to get ahead on the batter. It's an 0-1 count.
The ball was up, but I guess
sure was. Could have been a possible hit and run.
Yeah, it could have been that as well.
Possible hit and run situation. In these first and thirds, you can always expect some action. Runner leads off. And just like that, it's 0-2 on the batter.
That's where Emil has himself. He probably should have maybe thought about laying off that first pitch, make Carroll throw some strikes here, but
I agree.
Now he's down 0-2.
The runner takes off. 0-2 count. And he's off. Strike him out. Play at the plate.
Ooh, good throw.
The shoot to second, the throw to home. Umpire calls him safe.
Wow, that was a close play.
Very close play.
But great execution by Sundbyberg.
Let's take a look at the replay. Just kidding. We're not there yet, ladies and gentlemen. We're live.
But no, a good job by Victor. He cut that ball off early and came home with it right away. That was good execution by Sundbyberg. He might have got the out, but didn't get the call.
But they got the strikeout and 1 out with the man on second base now for the cleanup hitter, Thomas Ekwall. Carroll steps off, throws to second. Umpire calls him safe. Close play. You're Leksand. You don't want to get picked off at second base in this situation. A lot of the fundamentals are getting built at this level. And pitch home, ball up. 1-0 count on the batter.
Yeah, Ekwall, he's been struggling a bit during the season here, so let's see how Carroll attacks him.
Now, Ekwall coming in with a 158 average. A 1-0 count. Pitch is outside, a swing and a miss.
Good fastball. Seems like Carroll's starting to find his spots now.
I agree. He settled down after a little early action there.
Good
And there
pitch.
it is on the outside corner, a swing and a miss. A 1-2 count with one out here, man on second base. See if Carroll can sit him down. And curveball inside, bends him. Called ball.
Got to make him chase.
Not a bad miss. Nine in the count, not a bad miss. 2-2 count. Carroll looks in. And strike three.
Same spot. Now
We're gonna miss
Carroll is
2
starting
outs.
to find his location here.
I agree. Starting to settle down. Coming to the plate now is the first baseman, Bjornor Lindbom. 2 outs and a runner on scoring position. Carroll's looking in. Ball up, 1-0 count.
Last few fastballs by Carroll's been up in the zone. It's a good spot.
We're going to miss.
Again.
Carroll has appeared to settle down and really attacking right now.
It seems like he's found a rhythm. That's the key. Continue to work
Ball
up
up.
in the zone.
Ball up, 2-1 count.
He might have overthrew that one a little bit.
Yeah, the release point is a little off there. 3-1 count here is hitter's count. See if he goes right after him.
Ball.
Runners on first and second here with 2 outs, and coming to the plate is number 3. William Lindberg, the second baseman. Ooh. I'm going to miss strike 1.
Hey, William Lindberg is looking for a second hit of the season. So got that first one. He's looking for that second one now.
Oh, yeah, not going to have a chance on that outside pitch with that left foot stepping away. You got to keep that foot in the bucket there. Sometimes at this age, the players are still afraid of getting hit by a pitch, and seems to be the case here with Williams stepping out. And
Good
strike
pitch.
3.
Good job by Carroll. Working with good pace. Gets out of the inning with only 1 run. Go to the bottom of the first. Leksand picked up 1.
First here in Sundbyberg Heat down 1 to the Leksand Lumberjacks, and at the plate is the third baseman, Max Sotherington. Max plays on the Elite Series as well, where he pitched this past week 4 innings against Stockholm in a win for the Elite team.
And looked good.
Looked fantastic
Actually,
after
in
a
his
tough
last
first
2
inning.
appearances, he's looked good.
I believe it's been 8 innings and 2 earned runs, so very impressive. Very promising young player for Sundbyberg from the UK. And just like that, he's got himself in a hitter's count 2-0.
Not to mention the fact that he can swing the bat.
Betcha.
Decent pop.
Boom, and there it is. Ground ball to the shortstop. He gets through for a base hit. Makes a turn. Short to the second. He'll stay there. Not a bad start for Sundbyberg.
Yeah, that ball was in the hole. Not sure if he would have got to it. He would have been able to throw him out anyway.
Would have been a tough play, that's for
Yes,
sure. That's
Clean single.
absolutely. Now batting for Sundbyberg is a shortstop, Victor Wahlberg, also a player on the Elite team. Runner on first, pitcher looks in. Curveballs for strike 1.
Now, Victor's probably one of the most talented kids we got here. Tremendous fielder, good bat.
Absolutely. Really in the entire country. He's a junior national team member, and he's been traveling a lot over the summer, exploring his baseball opportunities for the future. Runner goes. Ball down the dirt. He's not going to have a chance there. Probably stand up and run a third on that one if he wanted to. Good jump by Max. Ball down and away. It's tough to throw anybody out, but we've got Sundbyberg's now got a runner in scoring position. Victor at the plate in a 1-1 count.
A good throw by Thomas Eckwell, and we know Thomas Eckwell has a good arm behind the plate there, so see how that plays out on the base paths.
Curveball up, 2-1 count to Wahlberg.
Victor's a pretty aggressive hitter. He doesn't walk much, so quite sure he'll be swinging at anything close.
The ball gets past, and runners on third base. With no outs. Going to be very difficult for Leksand to keep this guy away from home plate. Hitters count for Victor here in a 3-1, and pitching baseballs. With all the weather, it's going to be expected the balls will be a little wet throughout the day. They tuck it in there, get it dry.
All right, it's going to be interesting here because I'm thinking anything close, Victor's going to be pulling the trigger. So let's
I believe so.
see how this goes here.
Corners are in. The middle seems to be about halfway. We'll see if there's a play at the plate. Ball up, and he's going to take first base. Another first and third situation, similar to what Leksand had in the first. Expect some action here, Hutch. I'm going to go ahead and predict that Victor will be stealing on the first pitch. At the plate right now is Luve Jelnor. He's playing center field today. Played second base for the Elite team this past week at Stockholm in a Elite team win. And Victor goes. Ball's behind him, and the runner will score. Victor makes a turn at second, and he'll head back to second, tied ball game.
Will not test Eckwell's arm. No reason to at this point with nobody out.
That curveball just got away from him. Looked like that release point was released a little early. Got to finish in those and snap it off. 1-0 count here to Luve, and runner in scoring position. Victor goes to third. The throw, and it's not even close.
Good spot.
The ball's past him. Oh, not a bad decision there by Wahlberg to stay at third. I think he could have got in there, but with no outs and a good hitter at the plate, no sense in challenging it. I expect him to score here very soon. 2-0 count to the batter. Luve Jelnor with Victor Wahlberg on third. We'll see if Markstrom can find the plate here. He's struggling a little bit.
It's interesting to see Luve in center field today. I'm very familiar with Luve. He's been an infield, and he's an outstanding defensive player. So
definitely. But the rosters make positions, I suppose. And then ground ball up the middle. It's going to get through for a run. RBI single for Jelnor. Victor Wahlberg scores, and just like that, Sundbyberg is up 2-1 here in the bottom of the first with no outs.
I think Lexington's gonna have problems getting through that top 3 pretty much every time through today.
I agree. Murderer's row here for Sundbyberg. No outs, runner on first base. At the plate is William Sjögren. Cleanup hitter.
First baseman and William Sjögren, also an outstanding defensive player.
All down and away, and it's 1-0 on Sjögren.
See what he can do with the bat here. Good pop in his bat as well.
Interesting to see if they get the runner moving here at first. Joner's got good speed. Moderate lead at first, and then he goes. Catcher shoots. It's in the dirt, and he's safe at second base. Up to right now, they have not been competitive in keeping the runners from advancing. Runner in scoring position here with no outs on a 1-1 count. Not a bad take there for William. Let him go ahead and take that base, and now he's got an opportunity to drive in a run. In this situation, what you want to do is find a ball you can move over to right field, but nope, it's to the shortstop. Paulie had a play at third, but he'll throw to first instead, and the first baseman drops it. He's safe. Runner on first and third.
You were right about that. He definitely had a play at third.
He had a play at third. You know, the rule of thumb is the ball's got to be to your right before you advance. So I would say that's not exactly textbook running by Jonor, but all's well that ends well. That's what I always say. And once again, we've got runners at first and third. Expect some action here. We'll see. We always want to get something going in this kind of situation. I'm expecting perhaps steal or hit and run, but no. The ball up. 1-0 count to Jeremiah Kettle, the pitcher. And batting fifth here. Williams way off. Big lead. And
Carroll's on
interesting to get that far off the base and not go. I mean, 2-0 count here to the batter. And there goes William. Ball down. There's no chance. And he's going to safely advance to second. Sundbyberg Heat here with no outs. Runners on second and third. And a 3-0 count to a very capable hitter. Chance to pick up a couple runs with the base hit. We'll see if Markstrom can find the plate. He's been falling behind on these hitters, and it's ball 4.
Well, this is going to be a challenging day anyway for him, but if he's not going to have any control, it's going to be even.
It can be a very long yet short outing for him if this continues. Bases loaded with no outs. Coming to the plate is Dante Briones playing left field today.
This could be a time where Markstrom can get a talking to. But
I'd be there, Hutch. I agree. I think it'd be a good time for somebody to come settle him down, but they're going to let him go at it, and he's going to battle. And the ball hits him. No, it's just in the dirt. I'm corrected, but runners advanced, and Delnor scores. Thought I hit him in the foot there. But
I'm going to guess if that would have hit him, he would have showed some signs of it.
I agree. I agree. And now
there's that little Dante.
Yeah.
And now,
just like you called, Hutch, the coach is coming out to have a little.
And I.
Yeah, so he's having a conversation here. It's not a fantastic stat right now. He's thrown 19 pitches, 14 of them balls. I'm not a mathematician, but that's bad.
I think what he wants to tell him here is just start one pitch at a time, especially the first pitch.
Well, it is, yeah. And like we said, there's nerves involved, and it's a chance to settle him down here and see if he can regroup and keep his team in the game here. It can very easily get away from them right now with no outs and runners in scoring position, second and third.
Yeah, but I'm a big proponent of first pitch strikes change at bats, man.
Absolutely.
You can just get that first strike over the players.
You got to get ahead in this game.
Different ball game.
And he's not able to do that now. It's a ball.
But you saw he tried to take some off too.
He's trying,
and
a good attempt. But aiming is not a great way to go about it, and we'll see if he can find it. And he cannot. 2-0.
No.
But I don't see him staying out there very much longer. This is not a recipe for success for Leksand, the number 5 seed here, showing why they're in the bottom of the race. Oh,
It's
ill advised swing on a pitch that was out of the zone, but I suppose at this point, hitters start to get a little antsy. Hitting is much more fun than walking, but good for the goose is good for the gander. Ground ball to the right side, a run will score. Not a bad execution, and that's
Oliver's able to get an out.
Leksand's able to get an out from the second baseman throwing over to first. Runner advances to third, 1 out for Sundbyberg, and an RBI ground out for Briones. At the plate now is the catcher, Osuto Kawada. Suto rocking a ponytail out the back of his helmet there and looking in with a chance of driving a run. Curveball outside called strike, 0-1 on the batter.
Let's see now. He's gotten ahead, so.
Tell you what, this is maybe not a great way to go, but I'm not against the umpire opening up the strike zone here a little bit and trying to make some action here happen for the juniors. Have some baseball going. 1-1 count to Kawada. Curveball up, 2-1.
I think it's obvious now Oliver hasn't found his groove yet. He can't locate fastball or the curveball.
In actuality, even in the last at-bat, he was bailed out by a swinging at a pitch outside that would have loaded the baseballs. Kawada hits a ground ball to short. It's going to score a run. The shortstop throws across.
Nice play.
In time, 2 outs. But a run will score. An RBI ground out for Kawada.
Good job by Emil Stewernagel. Making a solid play.
Yes, sir. Bringing the score now to 5-1 here in the bottom of the first. Bases are cleared for Markstrom. And at the plate is number 12, Sebastian Briones, playing second base. Where'd he miss that one, Hutch?
Like it was
maybe a little up, maybe.
Well, it's been first pitch curves, first pitch fastballs. He has not been able to get that first strike.
We're going to miss 1-1 count on Briones. Aggressive up there. Nobody on, 2 outs. Why not? Try to get yourself on second base here with 2 outs. Pitch is outside, called ball. Two 1 count on Briones. Then we're going to miss 2-2 count.
Like Sundbyberg hitters are helping him out a bit.
Sure. Curveball away. That's a close pitch. I commend him for laying off it with 2 strikes out here. We know that the umpires have always been an issue out here in Sweden baseball, and
got him.
And then that one, which was further out than the one before, is called strike 3. 5 runs for Sundbyberg, who go to the break up 5-1. And we're back, top of the second. Sundbyberg leading 5-1 with the pitcher. Markstrom at the plate. Kettle looks in, and it's a base hit to right. That's how you help your cause if you're the pitcher. Get a base hit, get on base, make something happen. Good for him.
First pitch fastball.
First pitch fastball. And listen, with a 5-1 lead in the second inning, Kettle's got to go right after him. And if they're going to get a base hit, then I'm okay with that. Runner on first, no outs. And coming to the plate now is Jacob Nordling, the right fielder. The left-handed batter. Something I've noticed since my time here playing baseball in Sweden, everybody bats left-handed.
That is true.
Everybody bats left-handed here.
Majority of them do.
Yeah, first pitch strike. Kettle gets ahead on Nordling. 0-1 count.
Now, Nordling has been hitting pretty well during the season. He's batting .316, has 3 doubles.
And definitely aggressive, going up there swinging at the first pitch. He looks in confidently. Kettle delivers. The runner goes. It's a swing and a miss. The throw down to second is not in time. Feels the base standing up.
Pitch looked like a curveball, had him way out in front.
Interesting if perhaps there was a hit and run there or if he was just being aggressive. But the result is a man on second base with no outs and an 0-2 count on the batter, Nordling. Carroll looks in. And the pick off the second. Is in time, and he throws it out at second.
Wow.
He picks him off.
What an impressive
Kettle picking it off. Way to flash the glove there by Wahlberg. Saw him too far off the base and little pitch and catch.
But Carroll to have the poise to be able to see that and step off calmly and fire a dart.
Absolutely. Way to execute. Just like that, he takes the runner off of scoring position. Nordling lucky to not strike out on that pitch. Good curveball down.
We've been talking about base running blunders
Oh,
recently, and that would fit in that category right
absolutely.
there.
You know,
Can't get
the
picked off at this
fundamentals
point.
are something that you can never underestimate, yet are always so difficult to really clean up at this level. Competitive pitch there with 2 strikes, a little down in the zone, called the ball. 1-2 count on Nordling. 1 out after the pick off at second base. Carroll looks in. Oh, and he can't hang on to the foul ball. 1-2 count. Kettle seems to have settled down after that first inning where he was missing up a little bit and attacking the zone right now and finding his confidence.
Good rhythm, and he's pumping strikes.
Absolutely.
And when that starts to happen, then the confidence goes up.
100%. Foul ball. Ball's in the dirt. He swings and misses. Got to throw him out at first for the out, and he executes. Jeremiah Carroll strikes him out for 2 outs here in the top of the second. Getting him to chase that ball in the dirt. Nordling was really fighting off a lot of pitches and finally broke it off on him, and he went chasing. 2 outs here with the left fielder, Leo Glad, at the plate. Kettle finding his groove. 2 outs here, nobody on. The pitch is a swing and a miss, strike 1.
Here's Leo Glad looking for his 3rd hit of the season. He has 2. One of those hits was a double.
Got a good stance. He looks like an aggressive hitter there. Pitches inside, he backs off, and it's 1-1 count.
Yeah, with the 9th bat at the plate. Good lead. I'm going to guess Carroll's going to just try to throw some strikes out.
Absolutely. These are those times where you really can't lose focus after getting the 2 outs relatively quickly and a last batter at the plate. Don't want to mess around, and Carroll's not doing that. 2 strikes on Glad. 1-2 here. We'll see if he can
What do you think? You think he goes after with a fastball?
He's throwing a breaking ball down here, Hutch, to strike him out. That's what I'm calling. Nope, it's a fastball. I was wrong. You were right, but the result is the same. Strike 3.
Guess he didn't have to go into his bag.
He did not. At the end of 1.5, Sundbyberg 5, Leksand Lumberjacks 1. Bottom of the second here in Sundbyberg. Markstrom looks in and gets ahead for the first time this game. Strike 1. At the plate is number 60, the 9th batter, also playing right field, Henry Lindgren.
I wonder if Henry has any relation to Per Lindgren.
Absolutely, he does.
He does. We just heard in our ear.
Allegedly.
This.
Per, of course, longtime player and coach here for Sundbyberg, and the ground ball to second. There's nobody covering first, and he's going to beat it out. These are the things, just like you said, Hutch, that need to be cleaned up out here, and experience will do that. The pitcher, not only struggling finding strikes, fails to cover first base on the ground ball between the first and second baseman, and just like that, Lindgren is on for a base hit.
That's what we call PFP, pitches fielding practice.
100%, yes, sir.
That is
and they must have missed that day of class this week, Hutch.
Pitches, yeah, no, you missed it.
But they've got the lead runner on here in the second, looking to add runs with the first batter back up, Max Sotherington. Takes a ball in the dirt. Markstrom seems to be moving that arm around, kind of grabbing at that shoulder here and there. Wonder if he's not feeling well and perhaps affecting his ability right now, but he finds the zone there for a strike, 1-1 count on Sotherington.
Now Max is sporting a hefty 448 batting average.
The boy's a player. Absolutely. He's really coming to his own, and having seen him develop from last year to this year has really been a lot of fun to see. Good eye at the plate. He's patient and aggressive up there at the same time in a 2-1 count. Lays off the breaking ball on the outside.
Out of his 13 hits, he has just 2 doubles, but I'm going to guess those extra base hits are going to start piling up. It does have good pop.
Starts finding the gap, I believe that as well. And he fights off the outside pitch to stay alive. 2-2 count on Sotherington. Runner on first base. 2-2 here. We'll see if they put some action on here. Lindgren's got a very short lead over there at first. Markstrom looks in. The pitch is in. Ooh.
Curveball just missed.
The breaking ball just missed, I got to tell you. I myself would have rung him up on that one, but he's still alive. Full count to Sotherington. The pitch is away. Oh. The runners advance. Runners on first and second here with no outs, and it's looking a lot of deja vu all over again for Markstrom, who is now got Victor Wahlberg, one of Sweden's most promising young players, at the plate with a chance to add runs for Sundbyberg.
What did Victor do his last at bat? Look it up here.
I can't remember that far back, Hutch. He walked. That's
yeah, I guess. For you.
Yeah, I guess. Whenever in doubt, we can maybe say walk, considering aggressively swings at a ball low for strike 1.
Well, Victor's season stats in the junior series is outstanding. Batting .543,
Oof.
5 doubles, 1 triple, 2 home runs, 12
Oh,
RBIs.
he's a nightmare for these juniors. A man amongst
25
boys
runs
is
scored.
man amongst boys out here, Hutch. Victor Wahlberg really working hard and developing his skills and getting all the baseball in that he can. 4-1 count is in. It's a ball outside.
Well, last year was my first encounter with Victor.
Mm-hmm.
I played with the men's team last year, and I'm telling you, this kid was outstanding on defense. He played shortstop all season.
Absolutely. It's really great to see these players develop. At this age, so much can change in just such a short amount of time. You see them grow not only physically, but as players as well. Southerington's got an enormous lead at first base. So interesting to see where he could reach on some action here. We're not looking at it all. Yeah, we'll see if a ball in the gap. He'll be looking to score. The ball's inside, and Morcron's struggling again. Wahlberg, an aggressive hitter, is not getting a whole lot to look at. He swung at a ball down in the zone earlier, but not getting a whole lot to choose from here. 3-1 count here, hitter's count. We'll see if he throws it over the plate, and he does not. Bases loaded, and Hutch, this could get real ugly real fast here. Bases loaded, no outs with the cleanup hitter, William Shortgren, coming up.
Well, we do not know what Leksand has in their bullpen, but Oliver just seems he just doesn't have his control today.
Does not. He's really struggling, and for the sake of a competitive game here, we hope he can find it. But bases loaded here in the bottom of the second with no outs and the cleanup hitter up. We'll see how much, not if, but how much Sundbyberg can tack on.
How much damage will be done?
Correction, Hutch. It's Luve Jelnor at the plate, third batter.
Luve's another one with tremendous statistics.
Absolutely. And it's a base hit to the gap.
It's in the gap.
Victor's rounding second. He will score as well. 2 runs are in. The base hit for Luve Jelnor. 2 RBIs, and the score just like that is 7-1 here in the bottom of the second, with no outs and the cleanup hitter coming to the plate. William Shortgren, number 18. Sundbyberg is taking a commanding lead, and you can just see the energy. Leksand is the wind is just out of their sails, and it's going to be a very uphill battle for them just to keep this game competitive. Look for Jelnor to steal second on this first pitch, and he does. He does not throw. There is no challenge, and there's a runner on second and third here with no outs. Chance to add 2 more with a base hit and maybe more.
Stable set for William here.
Absolutely. For him to be aggressive and drive in some runs.
It's at bats like this that
looks like he called it a ball
in his development. William to me is a potential RBI guy.
Absolutely. Big boy.
And this is where you get your experience. Second and third, nobody out.
Markstrom seems to be about a 60-70% breaking ball pitcher at this point. Working kind of in reverse. I wonder if that's got something to do with his inability to find the zone today. A lot of breaking balls. 2-1 count. And it's outside. Fastball is down and away and not even really competitive. Kind of pitch that doesn't make you have to think about whether or not you have to swing, and puts the batter in a position to make him have to throw it right down the middle. And we'll see if he can make him do that and drive in some runs here. 1 count on Shortgren. It's a strike on the outside corner.
Wow.
Nice
That ball
pitch.
was way outside. Yeah, but he seems like he still has his velocity, like you're saying, but just can't locate.
Battling. I'm rooting for the.
He's going to get those
Full count.
calls. Got it again.
Ooh,
Yes,
and he
that
did
was a
get
little
it
bit
again.
closer. Yeah, that was probably off the plate. But at this point, and this is what I was talking about with William, as a run producer,
Absolutely.
got to be aggressive.
Well,
Second and third, nobody out.
and also, there's have to have an understanding of the situation, knowing the challenges with umpires out here. with 2 strikes in a situation like this, you just can't leave it up to him regardless of whether or not you think it might be off the plate, which I do agree it was, but
Still should have swung it.
gotta compete. Gotta compete. Can't leave it up to the umpire out here. Still a great situation here for Sundbyberg with only 1 out and runners at second and third.
Why show Carroll's not disappointed. He gets his chance now.
Carroll chomping at the bit.
He'll take the RBIs. Take.
Kittle, who's got a really nice, compact, and efficient swing. We'll see if he can get a plate to drive here, a pitch to drive here. Opportunity for the Heat to add to this 6-run lead here in the bottom of the second. Ball up.
Yeah, you're right about Carroll. He's somebody you can tell he has tremendous talent, but we're just waiting to see it really blossoming. Come out. He's a versatile player. Can pitch, can catch, can
absolutely
pretty much play over the field.
Absolutely.
Good strength and athleticism. So,
strong kid. It'll be interesting to see him develop. And he picks him off at third. Wow! Victor Wahlberg stealing home plate to make the score 8-1. Set him up for that one. He had every design of drawing the throw to third. Never thought about it for a second. He said, "Please throw."
Yes,
big mistake. Takes home plate.
Victor had him
Wahlberg.
set up. He set that up.
100% Victor Wahlberg playing with the kids out here is what it looks like. Just having a good time out there. And but I'll just go take home plate myself, which potentially taking away an RBI from Quero. But he's not going to get a chance to hit anyway. Takes first base on a walk on a pitch over his head behind him, and expect him to steal second on this first pitch as well.
I tell you, that took some guts from Victor to
sure did.
Take that base, man. I mean, I was just about to say any base running blunders at this point would be it's not smart, but
definitely not fundamentally sound.
But you can tell Victor had that planned.
He absolutely knew what he was doing there. He evaluated the players involved in there and had no chance. In fact, it wasn't even close at the plate. They had no chance. 1-0 count here to the left fielder, Dante Briones. Runner on first base with 1 out. But runners on first and third with 1 out. Another opportunity here for some action. We'll see if he takes second for an opportunity to have runners in scoring position, but he does not. Whoa!
Wow.
Yep, he actually jumped up and that ball went through his legs, Hutch. That's not something you see every day. Did a little teddy bear, so to speak.
I think he's the guy at the first at bat, you thought the ball hit him in his foot.
It's true.
It seemed like the ball's chasing him.
This guy's agile with the legs. You can't catch him in the feet. Oh, happy feet Briones over here. And the runner goes to second. Oh, it's a hit behind the runner stealing. They make an out, but not before the cleanup, before Luve Gelnor scores, making the lead now 8 runs. Sundbyberg 9, Leksand Lumberjacks 1.
Nice little RBI for Dante.
Great execution there. The fundamentals, runners in motion. Second baseman was lucky to be able to get back to that ball. Look, I don't think it was a hit and run, but it had that effect. We'll have a runner in scoring position here with the catcher, Osuto Kawada at the plate. Ball is up.
We've gotten to know Osuto a little bit. He's had a little cup of coffee with the senior team as well, and great guy, good kid.
We're lucky to have him.
Really good team guy.
Absolutely.
And he's solid behind the plate.
I agree. If there's one thing you can say about the gentlemen here in Sundbyberg, all of them really class young men, really high quality character here in this program. The future is very bright for these kids.
Well, that's the thing about Sundbyberg. Yeah, they do have a good culture as far as coaches and parents and keeping these kids on the right track.
Absolutely. You can tell with their involvement. They're here today, and we're happy to have them. 2-1 count on Kawada. Opportunity to drive in a run here and get a 9-run lead. Brings it a pitch up over his head, and it's a foul ball out of play.
Ball's on our makeshift dugout.
You know, I swing at a lot of high pitches too, Hutch. I like them. Little guys always like the high pitch.
Count me in that group as well.
Absolutely. Yeah. I can remember you hitting a double this past week on a all up in a way that helped the Sundbyberg men's team defeat Stockholm over at their park. See the men's team this Tuesday right here at Sundbyberg, facing Stockholm with a chance to level up in the standings and get into the playoffs. Getting late into the season here, the team trying to make a playoff push. Ball inside, full count to Cavada. Runner on second base, big lead, looking to score on the base hit. The pitch is up to the left side. It's going to be trouble. And it drops.
Trouble.
Quero is not running hard to the plate. They're throwing home, and it's safe. They had an opportunity there to throw him out. I don't think Quero thought that ball was going to drop, but it did. He was fortunate to get into the plate. Can't forget the fundamentals here.
Back to that, base running 101.
Can't forget the fundamentals. Got to go hard.
Hit, just run.
Got to go hard until the end.
And run.
Yeah, hopefully there's somebody giving him a talking to there. Just because you're up doesn't mean you start deviating from the things that make you a winning team to begin with.
Eating at the mound. Let's see if they make a change here.
No, in this situation now, Sundbyberg is up 9 runs here in the bottom of the second. There are mercy rules at this level. After 3 innings, if you're up 20 runs, see you later. After 4 innings, 15 runs, sayonara. 10 runs after 5, good night. So we'll see if Sundbyberg can execute on a short.
Let's see if Leksand can make it till 5. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that's the challenge there.
Hey, I don't have a crystal ball here, Hutch, but I'm gonna say no. No, if you can't.
Wow, that means that you're gonna score 20 after.
Well,
maybe,
my prediction is 4th inning. I think. Leksand's got some good players coming up, but if you're not finding the plate, it becomes very, very difficult. And of course, momentum is something that is palpable and real. And right now, they're flat, and is not a fun time for them. Pitches up, he chases for strike 1, foul ball out of play.
And I was just gonna say that if what the coach probably should have been saying to him is, listen, don't worry about base runners, don't worry about anything, just find a rhythm. Throw strikes, and you saw him do that first pitch. He didn't even look at that runner on second. He just came to his set and pumped the first pitch strike.
Couldn't agree more, Hutch. Great point.
Let's see here. Let's see if he can just.
Really, the idea, come out and let him know, hey, have a good time, man. It's just you and the catcher out there. We're in the situation we're in. Let's try to stay competitive and and do your thing. Be the machine. Eliminate all the other noise and just play catch with your catcher here and try to keep this competitive. Ball away.
Is this Sebastian at the plate? I say this is.
That is Sebastian Brianis,
brother.
Second baseman, absolutely. Twins. Been trying to figure out who's older, but nobody knows. My understanding is twins cannot be born at the exact same time, Hutch, but I'm not a doctor either. Ball's away. The runner will advance.
Goes Osudo. Uto's in the third.
Hutch, Markstrom came out. He got that first pitch strike, but he's right back to really struggling here.
It really might be time for Leksand to see if they can get another guy in there, let him try to find a rhythm.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I wonder how deep they are. I mean,
I have to look up and see how many pitches Oliver's up to, but
do not. Nobody is warming up for Leksand at the moment. So it seems like Markstrom is on his own for now. Full count to Brianis, the second baseman.
Wow, here we go.
Chance to get one more run in here with the runner on third. The pitch is down the middle, and it's a line drive up the middle, base hit. RBI for the second baseman, Sebastian Brianis.
Impressive by Sebastian.
Bringing in Osuto Cavada, who was able to advance to third on the wild pitch.
What they used to say, you hit it right back where it came from.
Get the ball back from whence it came.
Yep.
Go back from whence you came. Ball. 2 outs. with the right fielder Henry Lindgren at the plate.
Henry reached his last at bat.
Yes, he did. I'm guessing on a walk. No. He got a hit. That's right.
Hey, Henry.
Trying to add. Oh, reached on an error on the first at bat. My mistake. See Henry doing the same mistake we saw earlier. I'm seeing that left foot he's stepping out. It's going to make it very challenging to hit that outside pitch. You want to dig in and keep that front shoulder in. And there it is again. An opportunity there to make an adjustment that'll help him out, but creates a deficit on the right side of the plate there, the outside portion of the plate. They're not even holding Sebastian Briniz now, but there is a significant 10-run lead here. Don't know if they'll be stealing.
You hit it right on the head.
Strike
He's
three.
not going to be able to hit that outside pitch.
And it starts to look like it's further out when that happens, and he suffers the backwards K. But after 2, Sundbyberg Heat 11, Leksand Lumberjacks 1. Top of the third here in Sundbyberg. Settle back on the bump, and number 25 at the plate, the leadoff hitter Linus Wetmark. The Miles starts him off with a breaking ball outside for a ball.
Sometimes it's hard for pitchers to find that rhythm again when they've been on the bench so long. If Carroll can.
Even to stay focused with a 10-run lead is a challenge. And there's a competitive nature. Oh, and a soft liner is caught by the first baseman, William Shortgren, for 1 out. Almost got that over there, but not quite really stung, right? One of those off of the top of the bat type of balls that give you that kind of weird pace on it. Weird reaction over there by the first baseman, but he was able to handle it for the first out.
Good play by William, and like I said, William is an outstanding defensive play over there.
Played is the third baseman, Ellis Bergstrom. Starts with a fastball down and away for a ball.
You know, Williams been playing a little bit with the men's team as well, and he might be one of the best defensive first basemen in the Elite Series if he was to play.
I remember last getting some definitely very capable first baseman. Getting some balls with me over at third base as well. Definitely. Guy who's showing a lot of promise. Batter Bergstrom. Fairmont delivers, and another similar line drive out the kind of one of these weirders, but there's Max to field it and a quick 2 outs. Gotta love that.
All by Carroll.
Yeah, I love quick outs. Carroll letting the defense work and a quick 2 outs here, hoping to get the Heat back in the dugout to pile on and maybe even end this game in the bottom of the third. Important to stay focused here with 2 outs and go right after this batter and get ahead, just like you were earlier, Hutch, and he doesn't.
Well,
outside.
I was going to make the point that the first 2 innings, even though he's pitched well, he did have 2 walks. So one of the things he could have worked on was trying to
100%
get away from the walks. And as you see, throwing strikes, and he's got 2 outs already.
Evens the count there with the breaking ball inside.
And one thing we know about Carroll is even if the game is going to get out of hand, he is going to stay focused. Kid has good poise.
He's breaking ball for strike 2. Fouled by the third. No, wait. Shortstop. Stöd Heat.
Good pitch.
And strike 3 inside, a swing and a miss on Stoyanagel. Maya Carroll shuts him down.
1, 2, 3 inning.
Gets him back in, and we'll see if Sundbyberg Heat can add in the bottom of the inning here. Up 10 runs with an opportunity to end the game early. New pitcher on the mound for Leksand. It's the shortstop, Stoyanagel.
Oh, it's Stoyanagel that's on the mound.
Wow.
Okay.
I didn't butcher that name at all, Hutch. Coming in, ground ball to third. Oh, and it gets by the third baseman. Right down the line. He's making a turn. He's going for it. Oh, and he is going
Got
to be
him.
tagged out at second. A little bit overzealous there for Max Etherington. Hesitated just a bit. Could have held up, and that he's thrown out at second for the first out. Our previous picture, Markstrom is now at shortstop. And for the first time this game, the Leksand Lumberjacks are able to get the first man out.
Well, Stewart-Nagel, we looked up some statistics on Stewart-Nagel, and he hasn't pitched much, but when he has pitched, he hasn't been walking people. So this will be interesting to see if he can come in and regain some order here.
Line drive down the line is foul. Hard hit ball here for Victor Wahlberg. I think is excited to see some pitches coming over the plate. Yeah, I agree. Stewart-Nagel is definitely coming right after him. It's the old shortstop perspective on pitching. I'm going to throw it down the pipe and see what you can do with it. Just competing. We'll see if he can keep this game honest and make it a longer afternoon.
Now, this is the part of the lineup where you could get in trouble with that strategy, but we'll see.
Absolutely. Well, they were very fortunate to get the first guy out. It's a ground ball to shortstop. Throws across, and Victor's going to beat it out. Just beat it out clean. Ball's fielded clean, thrown clean. He beat it out. The kid's running well. He's really growing up and coming to his own. Strong young man, Victor Wahlberg.
That could have been a situation where the shortstop probably should have charged that ball, knowing who's running.
Oh, absolutely needs to. But, of course, the juniors are, different levels here. And got to commend them for fielding it clean and throwing it across.
Technique was good, just the wrong technique in that particular play. Maybe.
I agree.
Stewart-Nagel back to pumping strikes. This should be fun here. Now you're going to see.
Well, if you look at it, he got two quick ground balls, two plays that could have been made, and he had some luck on that first play that Southerington got a little over aggressive. But he's competing, and
another strike by Stewart-Nagel, and
really speaks to the importance of making them beat you. Competing and trusting. Pickoff play to first. I thought it was going to the dugout, but first baseman.
Luckily, they have the tallest guy on the team over there.
Big boy over there. Would have been 8 feet over my head, Hutch.
7 feet over mine.
Yeah. Hey, come on, man. Hey, we're gonna during the break we're gonna test who's taller between Hutch and I, and we'll come back at the top of the fourth and report on that. Very important stuff going on here in the booth. What was the short guys that call you short? Ground ball up the middle, chance for a double play. He turns down the out at second, throws across for 1 out.
Good play.
Always good to make sure one, and just like that, there's 2 outs, and oh, look at this.
Hey, there's everybody.
Nice to see everyone. We're here in the booth with all these lovely gentlemen. They didn't let us drink up here. But we're having a good time anyway. It's a beautiful day.
You got coffee right there. They're letting you drink. You good.
Coffee. Thank you everyone for watching us here and supporting Sundbyberg Heat Baseball. At the plate is number 18, William Shortgren, the first baseman and cleanup hitter with a chance to add another run here.
Wow, and how about Emil Stewart-Nagel? Guys come in and throw strikes.
Coming in and competing.
Got ourselves some baseball here now.
Absolutely.
Got me excited.
Hey, came in and got 3 quick ground balls. All plays that could have been made. They made 2 of them. Goes right after the cleanup hitter here. Fouls him off. Fly ball pop up to the second baseman. He's under it. And there it is.
And Emil Stewart-Nagel.
Scoreless inning here for the Leksand Lumberjacks, hoping to extend this game and make it honest. After 3, it's the Sundbyberg Heat 11 and Leksand Lumberjacks 1. And we're back. Top of the fourth inning, and got a couple of changes here on the field. Shortstop Victor Wahlberg is now pitching. Third baseman Max Southerington moves over to short, and Jeremiah Carroll, previous pitcher, is now playing third base.
And shout out to Jeremiah Carroll. Good job today.
Absolutely, getting
3
ahead.
innings of work.
And Victor doesn't waste any time getting ahead on the cleanup hitter Thomas Eckwall. Strike one. Miss.
Now, Victor, while he doesn't have any experience pitching in the senior team, he has pitched with the juniors and has had some success. Look, today he's 2-0, a couple of wins.
He gets up there, he's working fast and coming right after him. 0-2 pitches down the middle, strike three, swing and a miss. That's efficiency, Hutch. Oh, 1, 2, 3, and see you later.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good night.
That pitch must have been from Louisiana, Hutch, because it was Bayou. Oh. Just a bit up. Just out of the zone there. Victor Wahlberg. Pitch hits the backstop, but he's right back at it. He really is working fast. He does not waste any time.
Let's say this is
very quickly 2-0 on the batter.
Big Bjorn Lindblom.
Yeah. The first baseman who started our conversation about who was taller. You guys didn't see it over the break. I was much taller than Hutch Wiltshire. Powered over him. We don't have the video evidence, but take my word for it. It's a fly ball to center field. Luve Junner calls it, and it's 2 outs.
Play. Luve camping under it easily.
Absolutely. Making easy work here, trying to get a quick inning to get back in the dugout and hopefully end this game in the fourth. Like mentioned earlier, there are mercy rules here in the under 19 junior division. 20 runs after 3, 15 after 4, and 10 after 5. Wahlberg gets back on the bump, and again, not wasting any time. Strike one, and next pitch is out of his hand before I can get the words out of my mouth. It's a quick 0-2 count on the batter, Bjorn Lindblom. I'm sorry, that's a William Lindberg, second baseman.
They could try to make him chase there, almost got him.
You know, it's important for hitters to not allow pitchers to work in a rhythm like that. That can be uncomfortable. And ooh, the breaking ball's on the outside corner, called strike three, and just like that, the Heat's back in the dugout. Quick inning.
Good job, Victor Wahlberg.
Ice cold. Bottom of the fourth here. Pitches in, ball up and over the head of Jeremiah Carroll. Starting pitcher who's now playing third base. Sundbyberg can end this game with 4 runs here in the bottom of the fourth. Nagel seems to settle him down. Oh, it's a fly ball to left field. It's tilling foul and out of play. Ball got in there. Really great pitch by Nagel. It's one of those where even when you barrel it, it's hard to keep it on the field. Got Carroll on a 1-1 count.
And like I was gonna say, it makes for good action. Now we're seeing the ball put in play. We're seeing things happen.
Seeing some baseball. We all came here to see, and pitch inside, backs him up, 2-1 count.
So far, so good for Emil. Very impressed.
I had made a prediction that this game would end in the 4th inning. But Nagel has changed that for me. He's really settled down and competing out there. Goes right after him for strike 2.
Change up.
Hold the string. 2-2 on Carroll. Nagel looks in.
Pitch again.
Carroll stays alive.
And we just got some information that Emil Nagel's dad is also part of the Leksand club, coaching, and quite sure is a former player. So seems like Emil has some good tutelage, and we're seeing it.
Absolutely. Baseball's a family affair out here in Sweden, and exciting to see the game being passed down to the generations, and hopefully for an opportunity for Swedish baseball to grow. It's the greatest game ever invented. That's not an opinion, Hutch. It's a fact.
I'm with you on that.
And then again, he works inside. A pitch that you need to stay alive on, but also can't keep in play. He's really battling. Shortstop Nagel. How good I'm saying that now. You guys heard me say that name earlier, and I'm practically Swedish here in the 4th inning. Staying alive is Carroll.
Put it back.
I was trying to learn Swedish on Duolingo, Hutch, and I failed miserably and ended up saying "ok." Tack så mycket. Marabou chocolate. The line drive down the line is foul ball. Earl getting his money's worth up there, seeing all the pitches.
I'm not surprised that it was going to be Jeremiah here to push Emil to the test. Jeremiah's not going to swing at bad pitches.
And not letting up down 10. He's competing, trying to add to this lead and end it here in the 4th. The pitch is inside, and it's ball 4.
Good job.
Great at bat for Jeremiah Carroll. Shaking his head because he wanted to hit so bad. 10 pitch at bat. That's a hitter's at bat there. Love to see that battle getting won. That's an Alejandro Ansoliaga type at bat right there.
Let's see if that threw him off his game here a bit, because before that, Emil has been rolling.
Absolutely, he's still pounding his zone. They're letting the runner off base. I guess down 10 here. We're not going to look at a lot of stealing. But Stöd Heat gets right back to work and goes strike down the middle.
Have ourselves a pinch hitter here. Is this Dante? Yeah, it is. Then this is a pinch hitter.
Alessandro Economo at the plate, batting for Dante Briones.
Okay, a first look at Alessandro here. Alessandro, not disappointing, with a good eye.
He's taking pitches. Economo with a 2-1 count at the plate, ball up.
Good job taking that pitch.
Got himself into a hitter's count here, and just when we thought that Nagel had settled in and was really pounding the zone, he's found himself maybe losing it a little bit here, and ball's down, runner on first and second. Economo gets in there and quickly finds himself on first base, only getting really one competitive pitch there, and Nagel's not only missing that at bat, but wasn't really very close to the zone, Hutch. We'll see if he can find it here with runners on first and second. And finding himself in a situation where this game could be in jeopardy for the Leksand Lumberjacks here in the fourth. Kavada at the plate, the catcher takes the first strike inside, and Nagel's back to work. And
Well, I wouldn't be surprised if Emil doesn't have much stamina. I mean, he hasn't been throwing many innings recently, so
he's laboring. He's falling off to the left side and losing some of those mechanics that were giving him success early, and byproduct of fatigue. Common person doesn't understand how exhausting it actually is to get up on the mound and throw pitches. It's much more of a cardiovascular and endurance involved activity than most people would believe, not involved with the sport. Ground ball down the line is foul. 1-2 in Kavada with man on first and second base.
And we're really seeing the strength of Sundbyberg's lineup, because even though we're in the bottom here, we're still getting good at bats.
Absolutely.
Guys taking pitches.
And
that's
primarily and swinging at strikes. I got, with a few exceptions, guys have a ground ball down the line, gets past him. Rounding third is Jeremiah Carroll. There's going to be a play at the plate. No, he makes it upstanding to take a 12-1 lead. RBI single by Kavada. We've got him in a situation now. First and second, no outs, coming to the plate. Number 12, Sebastian Briones, looking to add here. And Nagel, who was so solid last inning, finds himself struggling, and a real tough situation here for the Lumberjacks. No outs, first and second. The second baseman at the plate. First pitch inside strike.
Yeah, I mean, Emil needs to get back to being aggressive here, because now we're really at the bottom here, 8-9.
Absolutely. You got to hope he gets a little help from his defense. That was a hit down the line. It was an opportunity to perhaps make a play, but got past him.
Ball probably should have been stopped at least.
It's baseball's hard enough with 3 outs, let alone 4 or 5. But he's back to work on Briones and got him in an 0-2 count. Staying alive is Briones.
Emil took a little bit off of that. Tried to get bashing out in front. Back to the fastball. Didn't get him to chase.
Did not. Definitely have to commend the patience of the Heat hitters this afternoon. It's easy to get a big lead and start wanting to swing at more pitches. Oof. That ball did look like a strike. I got to tell you, I'm not a big fan of the umpires here in Sweden. I've had some particularly embarrassing moments out here screaming at umpires. But it won't happen today from the booth. Fly ball to left. The center fielder runs over to the left to take it away from the kid. Poor guy's out there trying to catch a ball. Well, he's a little guy. I could barely see him from here, and the center fielder just takes it away from him.
But we'll give that little guy credit. We heard him call for it, but center fielder called him off. Good communication out there. I'm actually impressed with that communication out there.
Absolutely. I don't agree with going all the way over there to catch the ball, but they did the right thing at the end, and if the center fielder calls it, baseball tells you he takes it for the first out here in the fourth.
I just realized he did catch that ball in left field.
Batting for Harry Lindgren is Axel Bengtsson. Huh?
Axel Johansson.
What?
Johansson.
Oh, okay. Sorry, little technical difficulties. Well, not technical, just...
Two Americans trying to pronounce some names, right?
Literally just told me his name, and I can't say it again. Johansson. Oh, there we go. Axel Johansson is at the plate here with 1 out, looking to add to Sundbyberg's lead, up 11 here in the bottom of the fourth.
You know,
We're gonna miss
Johansson
for
is
two
one of the
firsts.
most common names in Sweden.
It
You're not
is.
going to be able to pronounce
Absolutely.
that, man.
Oh no,
You're going to be struggling.
listen. I have a lot of struggles. Okay, Hutch. This is only one of many struggles I have. Personal story. I met a girl with the last name Johansson here last summer, Hutch. And I miss her terribly. It's a very common name, and a couple words shared between the pitcher and the catcher here, and they give it back to work. 1-2 count on Johansson.
Guess that name brings back
Yes,
not too far memories.
Emily Johansson. Probably shouldn't say that here, but I don't know how many people are listening. I'll probably get away with it.
We'll be contacted probably. And
Yeah, I said nice things only. He stays alive, ball low, he stays alive, fouling it off.
runners will have to go back.
I tell you, Cavada's chomping at the bit to score. He doesn't care what the score is. He wants to get home, maybe end this game right now. Nago looks in, pitches up, 2-2 count. And got to praise the selectedness by the Sundbyberg hitters here today. Line drive up the middle, it's a hit. Runners advance. The cutoff gets away, but the runners will hold. In baseball, when you get a bigger lead like this, it's common to kind of go station to station, as they say, to avoid what would be known as running up the score. There's the unwritten rules of baseball being put in play here by Sundbyberg.
Hey, well, let's give some credit now to that guy who got a hit, to Axel
Johansson.
There
Axel
you
Johansson
go.
with the
Axel
line drive up the middle.
Johansson.
Gets
Good
into the
job.
game and right away. Miguel
Wow,
Perez is lined up the
out.
middle. It gets through the second baseman. Cavada's coming around to score.
Pseudo will as well, or
Bang.
Pseudo as well.
Base hit up the middle for Southernton, 2 RBIs, bringing in
That ball was
Budo
crushed.
and Ikonumo score.
Just miss hitting the pitcher.
Wow.
That would have left a mark.
Absolutely. Now, Hutch, if you look at it here, we got 2 runners on base and a 13-run lead.
And 15 is needed. Am I correct? Okay, so that means
Trying to execute in this prediction here. So
that runner
Victor
on first
Wahlberg,
base,
an opportunity to end this baseball game
ball in the gap
with a
here.
ball to the gap. Again, in this situation, don't look for Southernton to be stealing second, but I will expect to see him running as fast as he can if Victor can find a gap here. Ball's inside, not competitive, and we've got a 3-0 count. We'll see if he's got the green light. I say go, baby, go.
And my vote would be, I'm going to guess Victor might be swinging as well.
If it's down the middle, I say he better have some fun out here. It's not competitive, and it's ball 4. Bases loaded for Luve Jelnor with the base hit, potentially ending this ball game. Nagel, who was came in and so promising, is starting to labor and hoping he can keep it competitive here and attack the zone and hopefully get some help from the defense here and steps in. First pitch down the middle, and he regrets not swinging at that one. Oh, 1 count on the batter. Bases loaded, 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th. Base hit will potentially end this baseball game. All outside.
I tell a story all the time to guys last year before you came, because you came mid-season. But that first half of the season, I mean, Luve Jelno and Victor Wahlberg were unbelievable on defense out there.
Outstanding double play
Those 2 young
combination.
guys,
Future's very bright for those
as good
two.
as it got.
Luve is a big floorball player, something that I had
Yeah,
never
I
heard of
heard.
in my
Yeah, I
entire
heard
life
that.
before coming to Sweden, but apparently it's very popular.
They say he's might be even better at that. Which is impressive because he's really good at baseball.
Absolutely. Athleticism, it translates. Nothing really, to me, there's no other sport that takes more skill than baseball. So I would expect Uwe to be good at a lot of sports. Overly aggressive there, ball in the dirt, but he wants to hit. And that's the challenge here, like we've been talking about, to stay patient and selective when you have a big lead like this. It's easy to lose focus and concentration. The game is essentially decided, and now you're just trying to keep your fundamentals. Ground ball to the left side. It's going to get through. It's to left. He is going to score.
Should do it.
And end this baseball game.
There it is.
15-run lead. 16-1 will end it. And that's all she wrote, Hutch.
And I was just looking at, we got word here over in Scalp Neck. Retvik is up 4-3 in the top of the 6th. So there we have a good game going over there.
Absolutely.
Go and start to follow that.
But this game ends here in the 4th inning with Sundbyberg Heat being able to enforce the 15-run mercy rule after 4th. A prediction I made early on. If I've seen further than others, it's because I have stood on the shoulders of giants.
I thought you predicted the 3rd inning, but I'll let you.
No, I said 4th. I said 15. I did say 15 runs. But fantastic here in the first game here at Sundbyberg, here in the Under-19 Championship. Sundbyberg Heat takes care of business, is able to save some pitching for the next game by eliminating it in 4.
Yep.
The pitcher of record would be, if you don't make it 5 innings here, who would be the winning pitcher here? Is it?
Well, Jeremiah Carroll would
just Carroll
think
get
would be considered the winning pitcher. Losing pitcher, of course, will be the guy who started for
Oliver Markstrom in the loss.
Oliver Markstrom.
And really a tale of just not being able to find the zone and make plays for Leksand and Sundbyberg, just doing what they needed to do to make sure they took care of business, and that's exactly what they did.
Well, it'll be interesting to see how far Sundbyberg goes. They really look good today, so definitely be looking forward to see the next game.
Absolutely.
Which is, when will Sundbyberg be playing again? Let's get on. That's right, 2 o'clock.
Back at 2 o'clock, hoping to advance here in this turn, the round-robin tournament of the Under-19 Championships of Sweden. I've been Alejandro Ansoliaga with Hutch Wiltshire. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you again next time.
Yes.